Well, for many, Thanksgiving is a day that actually they've been dreading. You have the normal stress associated with the holiday, but this year we've come through a bitter election. We all know that. So what can you do when folks at the Thanksgiving table decide to air out their very different opinions? We've seen this on Facebook, so just imagine around the dinner table. Joining us today is licensed mental health counselor Shantala Boss. Good morning. Great to see you on this Thanksgiving.
You too. Happy Thanksgiving.
Always good to have you in. Happy Thanksgiving to you. So there are some that simply won't let it go. It's one thing to talk politics a little, but what if you have the Uncle Roy that won't let it go? What do you do?
Well, you know, there are two things you can do. You can try to change Uncle Roy, or you can change yourself and your behavior and how you handle the situation. So if he won't let it go and he keeps bringing it up, the best thing to do would be to listen. Be empathetic. You know, this is Thanksgiving. We're glad that we have freedom of speech. We're glad we're able to vote. We're glad we're able to have opinions.
Absolutely.
So have more of a conversation instead of a debate.
Maybe take the high road, too, and just say maybe agree to disagree if it gets to that point, right?
Exactly. And, you know, if at all you can prepare beforehand to say, hey, let's not have political topics at the dinner table. Let's talk about something else, change the subject, something more pleasant, if at all possible. I think it's important, too, though, to notice your triggers internally. We have to be aware of what upsets us and what's going to get us all riled up. And if you're starting to feel that, then do you need to take a break? Do you need to go pet the dog or go for a walk or call a friend? So it's important to be prepared beforehand to, you know, for those situations.
That's a great point. And, you know, we have a lot of diverse families in the way they serve food. The food they serve is different as well. So what if it's not in line with your eating habits or your style, or what do you do there?
Well, there's always the option to bring a dish of your own that everyone would enjoy, but you could eat as well. And it's Thanksgiving. There's got to be something on the table that you could find, right? So maybe just take this day to be thankful for what you do have, what you can eat, and maybe not mention all of your dietary restrictions. It doesn't mean you have to eat those things.
Right. And we think of having family over, which is a great thing, but there are just some, they're just naturally, they get stressed out over that. What advice would you have to make it go smoothly? Maybe don't put the expectations so high, or just realize everything doesn't have to be perfect, maybe?
Exactly. And just thinking beforehand, like, what are your triggers? So our amygdala, the behind part of our brain, is our fight or flight response. So say you're going home for the holidays, maybe, you know, you have a trigger, mom's going to start over drinking at the dinner table, or dad's going to start yelling. There could be a smell, something you see. So you notice what those triggers are, and then internally you think about what's going through your mind, what are you feeling physically, and when you get those emotional responses, you have a plan for what to do. Instead of lashing out, you know, do you need to take, like we said earlier, that walk, or do you need to go watch TV for a little bit and then come back? So it's really being prepared beforehand and realizing, you know, you're not 15 anymore.
Right.
You're an adult. You can control yourself, but you have to be prepared.
Such great advice, because I'm sure people 3 days later think, boy, I wish I wouldn't have reacted that way to Uncle Roy. So if you do that ahead of time, some great advice. What is the best way for people to find you?
My website is shantalaboss.com. Best way to reach me. Always can go see your therapist on Monday if all else fails.
First of Shantala, always good to see you. That's great advice. Take my advice. If not, go Monday and see the therapist. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for coming in today. Good to see you. Right. That's good stuff. Let's go to Kristen. She's got our forecast. Monday, there could be a long line.
Good job. Good stuff. Good.